Pep Talk UK, Pro Beez, somewhere in Berkshire, somewhere out of the manor. It's a lovely sunny day. Had to step out of London, get away from the hustle and bustle and link up with my guy, Grim Sickers, bro. What's going on, bro?
Pleasure to be on the show again, man. Like Pep Talk, one of my favourite boxing channels. Everyone knows that. Big fan, man. Love it. Thank you for having me on there again.
Brother, since we last hooked up, you've been busy. You've been in the studio, banging out all types of music. I mean, pre-Wilder versus Fury, you dropped the hit that's out there, John Fury, man. Tell us a bit about it.
I was watching the John Fury interview one day, and I'm very inspired about it. And if I kind of write a freestyle, which I haven't really got a name for, I always name it after someone that's in the boxing scene at the moment. It's kind of my little niche that I'm running with at the moment. So that particular one was about John Fury, yeah.
I mean, I think prior to that tune dropping, I remember the classic you dropped on One Extra, Dubois, Billy Joe Saunders. Jeez, it was a mad one.
Yeah, absolutely. Everyone knows I'm very inspired about boxing. I'm trying to come in the game myself, so anytime I can jump on a channel like Pep Talk or any other channel that wants me, I'm always open and I'll always make time for it, man, because boxing's very inspiring to me right now. Yeah.
We talk all the time off camera about boxing, and I know you're a big Fury fan. What did you make of Fury out in Las Vegas, becoming the new heavyweight king, the WBC king, Ring Magazine champion, still lineal? It's all the talk is about Fury at the moment.
I was saying from years ago, man, I think he's the greatest heavyweight of all time. That might be a bit biased with my chest. I think it was a great masterclass. I think he took Wilder to school. Wilder didn't know what happened to him, but I'm saying it right now. Grim Sickers on Pep Talk UK. Tyson Fury is the greatest heavyweight to ever lace up the gloves.
It's funny because time and time again, Tyson bamboozles, the whole media. He bamboozles the fans. He bamboozles his opponents with the mind games before. Andy Lee spoke of faking injury. Injury stories.
Yeah, I heard that he was faking injury stories. So, see if it leaks out, and I think every single one of them leaked. But that's something that, because I didn't think he was playing much games today. I thought he actually was going to knock him out, and I believed what he said. But then you hear that sort of genius, master levels, making up stories, limping at the UFC fight, so people think he had an injury. I think even he put out there that he split his eye in camp on the week of the fight, and then Wilder believed it. That's why he's wearing the glasses. So it was crazy, man. It was crazy, bro.
What did you make of the performance, out there? I think Tyson showed us a whole new display of his artillery, fighting, coming forward, and really sticking it on like Deontay. I mean, he said he was going to do that, and he weren't lying.
To come on, to go to someone's back garden, go against the biggest puncher the world's ever seen on the front foot, and put him on the back foot. I mean, he took a few licks in the first and second rounds. People don't think he got hit, but I see him get hit a couple times. And to put it on him like that takes a lot of balls, man. It takes a lot of mental growth, and the stone in weight works. That they're leaning on him. I remember it looked like WWE at the end of round 2 when he was in the corner. He just jumped on him in the corner, man, like it was Yokozuna, bro. But yeah, it was great tactics, man. In the Kronk Gym, Andy Lee and Sugar, I think what they've done was an exceptional job with Fury.
I mean, Sugar Stewart's his uncle, Manny Stewart, trained 40 world champions, 40 world champions.
Yeah, I didn't know it was that, man. Obviously, I'm quite new to the game, so I knew about his work with Klitschko. And I know Fury went there when he flew there randomly when he was younger. So I look back at his work, man. But I was very impressed with the Kronk style, man. And I heard that Wilder's trainer was from the Kronk gym as well. So it's kind of like the Kronk mentality versus like Kronk in both corners. So I thought, what's his name, Mark Breedis?
Mark Breland.
Mark Breland. I thought you would have known a bit better if you're fighting a Kronk fighter to maybe change the tactics a bit more.
I mean, Deontay Wilder made numerous statements about Fury not having any power. Wilder didn't look himself during the fight, but do you think he kind of underestimated Tyson Fury? Did he take it for joke that that Fury hasn't got any power?
I think he underestimated Fury purely. I think when your punch has saved you 43 times, you're very, very confident in your own ability, and you've knocked the guy down twice, and you was going into round 13. But the reason Fury changed fighters, trainers, is because you thought it was something wrong with Ben Davison. But you come there, to be fair, he won the mind games, he won the physical games, he was in there. And I don't think Wilder knew. I think us Brits know how good Fury was, but I don't think until that day, even though you shared 12 rounds with him, I don't think you really knew how good Fury was. That one a fully fit Gypsy King you felt last time. And now Wilder, I wouldn't be surprised if the third fight don't happen. I know he's triggered the rematch, but when push comes to shove, you're getting closer to that date. If you can't learn to box in these short months, man, don't be surprised if Wilder pulls out, man.
I've listened to some other outlets online. They're saying that, Wilder really should take his time, kind of regroup, not rush straight back in. How he had a hard fight against Tyson Fury. I mean, do you think he's right in activating the rematch?
You got to think, where's he going to go? How's he going to get another title shot anytime soon? So it's the wrong side of 35 now. But as a smart man, if you lose to Fury again, I don't think there's no way back for you. There is, but it's a long, hard road. If you take 2 fights out, go fight a Baby Miller, go fight a Dillian Whyte, and come back, maybe that WBC might be vacant. Maybe like Joshua and Fury might have fighted by then and you can come again, but I don't think a man that's beat you twice, if you're not going to change what you're going to do, how are you going to beat him a third time? And last time was so convincingly, I think go away and have 2. And I see the video where he come up, and it looks like he's been in a dark room ever since that fight, man. He don't look the same person. Go get your confidence back up, and then come back in 18 months' time.
Would you make of his social media posts only the other day saying that your king is going to be back, I'm going to be back, Deontay Wilder?
It was embarrassing, man. It was embarrassing. I would have much more respect for Wilder if he shook Fury's hand, said, you know what, the better man won, but I'll be back. You're making all these excuses up, man. I like Wilder. I think he's underrated as a boxer, as more people think. I think if you're a WBC champion, you've got to have something about you. I think he showed a lot of heart. He didn't throw the towel in. I think he's like, in my observations in the ring, I rate you, man. Like, you showed heart. You didn't give up. You didn't want the towel to get thrown in. But it's the excuses after. It's undoing all your hard work. Because you weren't even that bad in the fight, man. You was there hanging on. You showed great heart. But don't undo all your bad work by saying some stupid things, man. Just own it. The better man won. Shake his hand, and you know what I'm saying. We'll have a lot more respect for you, man. But you Americans, man, you keep sleeping on us UK, man. And sometimes you're turning it into a race war as well. I wasn't really liking too much, so just shake his hand and come back better next time, man. One loss is nothing. You're still a good fighter in my eyes, still.
It's interesting because, when you take an L, it's always good to see how a fighter who was once looked at as the baddest man on the planet, how is he going to come back? I mean, a lot of people are saying, look, he needs to brush up on some fundamentals, What do you expect Wilder to do in the rematch with Fury? Do you think he's going to come with a different style? Is it going to be more than just, that lethal right hand?
You got to come and stick it on Fury. The way that Fury ran to the middle of the ring, you got to beat him to the middle of the ring next time, man. You got to push forward, but he's not big enough though. If there's 3 stone difference, I don't know how you're going to beat Fury. There's 3 stone difference. He was manhandling you in there, leaning on you in there. You couldn't get a punch in edgeways. You're running out of ideas. From round 3 to 7, it was hard. It was a hard watch for a Wilder fan. It was hard watch, man. But the suit, your legs are gone. I couldn't work it out, man. I have to go away. But at 35, can you teach your old dog new tricks? Can you box? Like, I'm not too sure. Like, you lost to a great, man. But I still give Wilder a good chance against Joshua. I still give Wilder a 50-50 of Dillian Whyte. So, still good fights out there for him, man.
Would you make of your man John Fury grabbing his kahunas in celebration?
That's one of the best performances I've seen. But can I just say, John Fury, like, as a dad, has installed a mentality into his son, which I knew could admire. Like, he's made his son so confident. And David, hey, you're lucky you didn't bet that 100 grand. Because it's easy to look at them, man, as lunatics. And I bet they are a bit outspoken. And they do say stuff. But, bro, I've never seen these man wrong. So, John Fury, man, like, I'm glad he's getting the props he deserves, man. He's a great dad, man. And he loves his son to pieces. And he's breeding a world champion, man. So, it's good things for John Fury.
It seems like 2020 is all about, the gyp set or the gypsy posse. Now, Billy Joe Saunders is stepping up now. It's virtually done, him against Canelo. some are calling it Mission Impossible. Cinco de Mayo out in Las Vegas. I mean, what type of chance do you give Billy Joe?
I think it's a 50-50 fight. I think if anyone can beat Canelo, it's Billy Joe Saunders. But when Cinco de Mayo, you got to beat the judges. As I famously said, this is my line, by the way. You got to knock out Canelo for a draw. I see a few man run with that, but that's my line. I like Canelo, but to be fair, Canelo, Billy, can you take a Canelo body shot? I'm not too sure, but Billy, if the Billy comes up against Lemieux, I think he could box rounds because Kovalev was boxing Canelo's head off. People like are forgetting what happened before that. So I think Billy can box, but I think Billy, you got to come like Fury. You got to stop Canelo because they're no way going to give you a decision there, man. Everyone knows that it is Mission Impossible, and I think Canelo is quite silly for picking Billy over Callum Smith because I've seen Callum Smith get touched up by Ryder. So I wish Billy all the luck, man. I'll be rooting for him. He's one of my favourite fighters as well.
I mean, Billy Joe obviously now is a two-weight world champion. A lot of people say it's hard to even touch Billy Joe. You know what I mean? When he's on form. I think that fight against Lemieux showed the world really of his skills. Even Adrian Broner out in Las Vegas said that Billy Joe is cold. He said that guy's a cold fighter.
Yeah, but I'm a bit worried for Billy at super middleweight because I've seen him get hit a few times, man. I never seen him get hit like that as much as middleweight, man. In 2-3 fights he's had at super middleweight or 4, whatever it is, he's been hit more times than he was at middleweight. So I even see one guy rock him at Stevenage. I can't remember what the geezer are called, but
Sufi.
Yeah, he rocked Billy in that fight. So I'm a bit worried. I think Billy's a small middleweight, super middleweight, but he wasn't getting the fights at middleweight. Like I would love to see him beat Canelo, but then you're gonna have to beat Canelo again in a rematch. It's Mission Impossible, and I think it's harder than Fury against Wilder, man. But we're all rooting for you, Billy, man. So I wish you the best of luck, man.
Speaking of Billy Joe Saunders, in the build-up to this fight that's going to take place in Las Vegas, you've been in the studio, tribute to the man himself, Billy Joe Saunders, right?
Yeah, I got a new tune called Billy Joe Saunders. I just like them in freestyles after boxes, and I don't do it so they look at the tune and listen to it, man. It's just my ode to them. In my spare time, I watch a lot of boxing interviews. I talk to you daily, yeah, I think Billy Joe's a big problem, man. Like DJ Target spinning it already, Amplify Dot spun it already. It's a grime tune, back to my roots, and I'll probably drop it when they announce the Canelo fight. So yeah, look out for Billy Joe Saunders as well, man.
You heard the man himself, my guy, Grim Sickers, Pep Talk, one of the man them, Grim Sickers. Hey, Kane.
Hey, Sickers.
My guy, subscribe, thank you.